adofo ne etiefo amohwe me da mu na amase ngidi se obadaroma ho ye se de meso me ho ye ade achi biem de na de bia ne emu nsensem nsefofo na de bia edi akoniaba nsema emu dom etiefo ebentuma gibe ne nkuti nsema eden agi ne ho me na emra
asem we bi no they get calls threatening hey mudi awuke bia ukezi ba quarter we winyo chese anytime Omanhene anytime say what you know Omanhene you don't know but say what you say a judge a Supreme Court judge told my colleague Jerry Ahmed Monday that you are a nemesis you have no idea the threat Omanhene yen sem na Supreme Court judge kan we are any one say money Omanhene me say yen sem na na yaka wansem me say Omanhene me see the threat. No, Ghana is getting into some new era of culture of silence. It's like me see the threat on me tell you. The threats, several of them. All the attacks, but me see Jerry Ahmed, the second deputy minority whip, was told by a Supreme Court judge that you are my nemesis on the corridor. Now, Mr. Jerry, to what dream? Media try to case back court. Some of our people have the woman is fear especially some of our lawyers. Say, hey, when you know Kakebia, who cares about me anymore? Anyone can now? I don't want to buy that. I don't want to buy the but judges are not there to pay people back. Look, when I was vetting the 7, you know the 7 that we vetted. Yeah. The 7 that we vetted. Yeah. Of this program, I will show you text messages. Okay. Me person me di chill. Na wo dia ye kum. Enyoma ye fem. Enyankopon adawoma. Eni ye nya akokudru bi mpo se ye kasa o parliament. Edi Omanhene edi o. Enitina as we pay dia work about MPP about unity no. Me no ya adwin say if as a party when to me and Kayan one boom, not a croye and buying Temwa. No, who said, would you song, would you have done for me, and this maybe, and I said, Judge, be a done for into a baby who buy. I be able to know who buy no party now, who interests and no party. So why is it that the legislature, politicians, and the judiciary will interfere so deep in our judiciary? Why? Why is it so? No, I don't. Why is it so? I don't think that separation of power seems not to be there. It is NDC that is doing it. It is the people who started it. Started with what? Who? Name example. But how are you jumping to the conclusion that? But it is obvious. You come and you say you are. It is not obvious. But do you remember George Wood? There are so many ways to kill a cat. Do you remember that one? Yeah. NDC back power 2009. They made attempt they made attempt say Ombeyi George Wood, the former NDC chairman of Black. Thank you. The amoya ya and your friends say judges magistrate association for sorry also. This is not the first time. Mr. Wood, this is not the first time. There is a new fear here. Hey, Omanhene, look, some of my colleagues in parliament, maybe I'm sure I'm so Adena, Rebecca, so maybe I was sending a message, but the actual, and you Biana a Wasa Akukudrono, the threats. Obi owa yes so why bonu onye boni but the fact the embarrassment na omudi obekum but usually if that is the case I'm not transfer mama Ghana as for the consequences that is why we are all sacrificing now me say me now ba farama on my Ghana any party na me say so me tu me car na me ko adwuma na me nam me ko winiba me de odefo na eko dia me ye bia no odefo bible na mesre me ma obi emfa ehu enhye me mu eya na me descend this for say speaker abangbagben or your minority leader. Okay, say time as speaker or your minority leader or to me the kufo kwa charge. Okay. Then yadiyen obi anya speaker in parliament akufo as president ye bibina speaker ntiasia or to me press conference and responded to President Akufo Addo. Did anything happen to speaker? So I don't understand why NDC for no there. Yes, so intolerant. Okuja to Ablakwa and the foreign minister. Opposition and fear what tria na MPP wa bemu. Assemble na Ablakwa nka. What is say ya chinida and I want to say obi atretino. What is say abai state security official be atretin Ablakwa da. You see, but you know there. And then won't pay criticism. And then Wokasa, point of order. Since point of order. Mr. Speaker, point of order. To me Kasa Ube Kasa point of order. Almost assembly warm pepe and so much for kind so speaker so almost point of order. Where you from? And then I'm one in favor. Let the demon I want. Ruling there in favor. First of all, I think that say if you yourself you are being fair to me and following my advocacy in the public space at parliament and at programs that I attend, you realize that consistently I've been saying there, let's end this vicious cycle of I do you, you do me. I hope that you've been hearing me say that. Why? Because you see, Ghana is all we have. But it is also not MPP in order to ransom. I want our media, civil society organizations. So far, unfortunately, maybe CSOs are giving NDC some honeymoon. Maybe. But so far, all the human rights advocacy groups that I know have been very quiet. This bill has me, I think that no pay Yakawasem. I've been loud on this matter. And I've been consistently saying that look, Obi Sebio when you have some Intino Kofre Japazibra and Sana wa mobile. As if there was a bill number one. Look at what happened to a former boss, MD. Olutukwan Namotinato, your friend then stop this without telling him. Hey, it's young MDs for dachi. The me do when I wasn't to be wanted Chamadi, and a woman will be a robot to our tefe, robot to our mini. Emi de bia me phone me catch on. Am I in? De bia one now would say as someone the phone ma catch the bro. Samu ye mu shen ye yo. Because oh ya sufim. Your aim is to disgrace, embarrass. But in the end, is that their aim or the law at work? Oh, come on. Come on. And some of our judges too. One also is like, I want to please my master. So, bail condition. First of all, Obi Nanto, Obi instead of Obi criminal summons. Nanankasa or Nanto but court them. That is the first honor our court. Then, Oyi baby ako. Then if you are a judge, then you will issue criminal summons, and he or she walks into your court. Maybe a Nimpano was on inquiry bail or report to the police. Then the person comes, and then when bail has to go for a Japazi so and so to commensurate with your friend then amount now state in a charge with. Then you the judge I've been sure you are claiming that Nimpani are guilty. Because otherwise, when people to my book, do not work there 1 billion. then you, the judge, will say that don't look for properties worth 1 billion. How? So this Asamariki, let's direct it at the Attorney General and the state actors, because one na sesiano bibiara yentobia or super majority. It is even becoming difficult to speak in Parliament. There appears to be a new culture of silence coming up in Parliament. Watch the programs, watch proceedings. There is a way, a subtle manipulation here. They wouldn't want you to.
But you drew the speaker's attention to that effect.
Omanhene, I beg you. I don't want to go there. Since I hear careful, you get threatened. Can you imagine that you were friend and Chief Justice vetting? 2 of my colleagues were reporting Mama there. Leader, can you imagine what the majority MPs are saying there? You people, if you are not careful, Mr. Speaker will suspend you. Hey, right now, say Inyaku could run to into Parliament. I'm telling you, Mr. Inyaku could run Parliament. They don't even want you to talk. Musimukita 189. Yet you fear the mighty few 87. Since the NDC for 1 year was the speaker, back on 190. The slightest thing they will run to speaker, and they will find a way so that speaker will even rule against you. That is all they are doing. You have 189. In fact, we more 100 with him. Not 89 in power. You are more than our 87. So what are you afraid of? The intimidation, the attacks. I mean, yes, sometimes procedure now one can say follow procedure in the Parliament. That's the national anthem. You don't follow procedure. When you are even following procedure, the frustration, you file a motion. It takes about 10 days before you are told at midnight that your motion has been declined. You file the motion, and file the motion. Look, the frustration is just too much.
So it's a partisan nature. I'm going to represent at the Augusta House there. Not the national character. If you say you are there to serve the interest.
I don't think the NDC has become so intolerant in Parliament. Look, I and my colleagues go through hard research. We come into the chamber prepared. We expect that they would also prepare. The procedure is that today their strategy is point of order. And you could see from their posture there, they don't even want us to talk. If you are 189, in a show 87, maybe you have 189. In a show 87. Maybe for the first time in the history of Ghana's parliament, a minority leader who is asserting his rights may end up being sacked from parliament for asserting his rights. I can see signs of that. They want to frustrate, to break you up, break them down, break them. It's everyone. That's what they intend doing. We hear a lot. How do you clip the wings of a free market? How do you clip the wings of another player? Some of our former ministers are MPs. Some of the Akufo-Addo appointees who are MPs. Now I send a text message. Even me, I've said it. Me. The messages on my phone. Last year, a veteran, a non-NPP activist could send me a message. But that's my son. It's not easy. I want to encourage your colleagues in there. When you could do no one to the painting, the BBR remember. And I want to media. We need one full support to point out some of these excesses, because Parliament is now becoming a one-party parliament of full dictatorship.
We'll get back to the dictatorship, but point is that now you've missed that glorious opportunity, that constitutional requirement. You could have maybe done the job as an opposition party, criticizing or subjecting the nominee to the relevant questions.
I think I've explained to you.
So we missed this point. What's the next point again? Why are we going to go about it on the floor or what?
Omanhene, if you heard me, at the committee level, I stated that yen objection grounded on principle. There was no point in going the next stage to vet. No. On the floor, in that you were going through the draft reports, there were a few mistakes. The clerk corrected the chairman and I, Ay3hu, will meet over the final. Definitely, they would lay the report and would repeat our argument on the floor. We'll repeat our argument unless their next strategy will be that we shouldn't speak. The whole country would see. But we will repeat our case and make our case known. The corner was it Justice Tokonu Fadono on yet. And it is very premature. We would object to the motion. So now the motion is, when they bring the motion, that is the time that the full-blown argument can suffice. It was the time, because now you are moving the House to adopt a report. So now is the time. We've not missed any opportunity at all. We've not missed any opportunity.
But as a party, as minority,
now is the time.
Who acknowledges that we have a Chief Justice now? Almost.
Omanhene, I won't answer that question. I will not. Omanhene, I will not answer. It's not every question I have to answer.
But we're saying
Omanhene,
we cannot progress. Because the point is, here is a situation.
Omanhene, you will get that answer from me.
Well,
can we make progress? Let's be fair.
That acknowledgement now?
Be fair to me.
Will you appear?
I will not answer that question.
That
Omanhene, I will not answer.
It's on the verge of getting a new Chief Justice.
I know that there is a disputed nominee who himself was the lead architect of a conspiracy against his own colleague.
Very unfair comment.
Well, that's my opinion.
Very unfair comment.
First of all, how can you be the one to empanel the court, swiftly empanel for the purpose of injunction, but fail to empanel to hear the substantive case? Omanhene, okoto de nubujo yenjaisa dia omudia ye Chief Justice Tokonu no enye adena sabi edu se wo be empanel na wetie asem no de court no empanel. By the way, Attorney General says on file defense or said that one file defense or twenya member ni twemu ansafe on file motion for leave to file out of time or leave to file or pay extension of time. Why did the God grant that? All the time now Attorney General and filing other than a court issue hearing notice. Other than a court issue hearing notice. Omanhene, dia obi obeka say my Lord Bafuboni dia a course no ni say shem no ana onka ho na nipa no onim dia course.